more importantly, I think, is how liquidity, and today, as many in the fintech community know, banks pre-fund accounts. There's almost $10 trillion parked as pre-funded accounts around the world, such that banks can then debit and credit and make those cross-border flows work. We have a product that allows banks, allows financial institutions, payment providers to not pre-fund, thus making that trillions of dollars more active. And we think by doing this, we really do accelerate the global engine of commerce.
Yeah, I'm excited to announce that, this morning, 9 a.m., we announced our newest product called Liquidity Hub. And in 2018, we started sourcing liquidity for moving cross-border payments from crypto exchanges. How many crypto developers do we really know out there that know how to securely source liquidity?
And how to use XRP as on-demand liquidity.
Sorts of use case volumes amongst merchants are fairly small, but there will be all sorts of use cases, if you will, for payments that these technologies will enable, which prior ones could not.
Ms. Brown?
You know, this reminds me of that television commercial where Bryant Gumbel and Katie Couric are talking about what's the internet with that little A?
What's the internet? Happy Wednesday. We're dropping a quick video before the live stream. If you guys can show some love, smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I got a new bullish price prediction from Jack the Rippler
In front of him. And then what's this car we're driving that has no motor? I think I want to ask the question, what happens with all the currency?
Where's all the money go? If I trade my physical currency for this digital money, this is the California State Assembly from 2015.
That is in the bank. What happens with all of that?
Yeah, so kind of our view is that nothing changes there. So that really all this is doing is it's probably mostly enabling banks themselves to move their existing dollars, euro, whatever currency they're currently using faster, at lower cost, without as much capital.
Ripple CTO, Chris Larson, Ripple Executive Chair.
And at more competitive rates. So it very well might be that most consumers never know they're using this technology, no more than they know they're using some of the backbone of the internet that is there, but they don't have to know about it. They just know that suddenly now I can send $20 to my family in India at practically no cost in 5 seconds at a much better exchange rate than I ever would have gotten. So the banks actually would have new services. The consumer is just happy they're getting a better deal.
So the Bitcoin isn't for a consumer to use?
Yeah.
As you can see, and this is the lawmakers here, they're completely baffled about digital currency and Bitcoin. This is Chris Larson, Ripple, and I also believe in this clip is 𝕊𝕝𝕟. Well, in this video, I'm not sure if it's going to be in this clip, but I believe I have 𝕊𝕝𝕟 on some footage. We'll show that at the live stream at 1.
I mean, there's a lot of debate around that. I mean, you could certainly, if people want to use that as a store of value, certainly can. I think just like the internet allows you to communicate in any language, I think the internet of value will allow you to trade value in anything of value as you define it.
I think part of the question you're asking is, does Bitcoin or virtual currencies pose a threat to the dollar as a currency? And I think it really does not. Prices are still denominated in. Before
they show close up on this guy right here, there's Chris Larson right here. This is Karen Gifford at Ripple, former Fed, former Obama administration, I believe. Also, I believe this is 𝕊𝕝𝕟 right here. This is from 2015. Ripple Labs, California State Assembly, and Coinbase is there. This is Fred Ursherman, Chris Larson, Karen Gifford, and I believe this is 𝕊𝕝𝕟.
Dollars. When I go to a.
I believe this is 𝕊𝕝𝕟 right here sitting next to Karen Gifford.
Store online, and I want to pay with Bitcoin, the price is still in dollar. At the moment that I want to pay, the price is converted to Bitcoin so that I can pay a person perhaps overseas who doesn't take Visa or MasterCard because it's not available in their country. But ultimately, we're talking in dollars.
So the Bitcoin leaves my... Could you just take me through
Sure.
so that I can understand?
She doesn't get it. All three people try to explain it to her.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I want to.
I want to buy something in Bitcoin. And then she references out of a magazine and not off the internet. I actually got this whole video on my other YouTube channel, the Bullish Network. I will link that in the description. And guys, this is the birth
We do
of
believe, we agree, that this is the beginning of an internet of value.
This is
sort of new fundamental.
This is the birth of the internet of value. Ripple Chairman.
And providing sort of new fundamental levels of competition for foreign exchange and liquidity. And kind of stepping way back, we do believe, we agree, that this is the beginning of an internet of value. That is now possible. It wasn't possible before Bitcoin. Bitcoin showed it was possible to do this. Ripple's taking that and using a different technology based on the same principles. But the key thing is we think just like the early days of the internet of knowledge, going back 20 years ago, that internet would not have value unless you got the key custodians of knowledge on board, the universities, the research facilities, think ARPANET, Stanford. We think we're in that same period with the internet of value, that before these technologies have key utility, we have to get the custodians of value on board first. And those are the banks, financial institutions, market makers. Then I think we're set up where these things can have tremendous value across the board. And so again, the value these things bring are speed of payments, seconds from days, the ability to correspond directly, bank to bank, with much less counterparty risk in process, and with fundamentally more competition for foreign exchange and liquidity for those institutions, which will trickle down to the businesses and consumers that use those institutions.
Pretty much co-founder, executive chairman of Ripple 2015, the beginning of the internet of value. Jack the Rippler, XRP, is not a share, a stock. It's a utility protocol to be tokenized value. There are over 1.2 quadrillion to be tokenized. The derivatives market is 500 trillion alone. XRP to capture just 10% of the market is already at 50 trillion. There is also the housing market, the shares market, debt, commodity, etc. All well above 1.2 quadrillion. 1,000 XRP is peanuts. 1,000 per XRP is peanuts. Jack the Rippler knows. Link in the description for Jack the Rippler. You might definitely want to check out his Twitter. Excuse me. Guys, the big news that came out from Dundell-Dixon this week is Stellar powers WisdomTree new app Prime. Remember WisdomTree? Remember the new app Prime? Stellar powers the WisdomTree. Now, Dundell-Dixon shared this information. This is Stellar website right here, or Stellar's Twitter. So I kind of want to jump down the rabbit hole and see how big WisdomTree is. I think you guys will be shocked to see how big WisdomTree is. We're talking an $87 billion company. Now, this is Will Peck. He's the head of digital assets at WisdomTree. WisdomTree William Peck discusses tokenization from digital assets. Kind of what Jack the Rippler was just saying.
We're at this conference that seems to be very focused on tokenization and blockchain technology specifically. It's not in the name of the conference, but that's clearly the running theme here. So what exactly is tokenization?
Yeah, tokenization is just a way to use kind of blockchains as a record-keeping device, effectively record-keeping system to kind of improve both the back-end processes and then hopefully the front-end user experience of kind of day-to-day financial services for people.
The concept of tokenization precedes blockchain technology though, so how has this become such a hot topic today? How did we get here, and how is this iteration of tokenization different, obviously, other than the fact that we're using blockchain?
Yeah, I think so there's this conference or similar ones have been going on for some time. There's probably been a couple different waves in sort of this tokenization cycle, and it feels like it's something that's much more of like a topic today than it's been at least the past couple years, although it's been talked about for some time. So again, tokens are just records, and we use tokens to refer to records on blockchains. So I think what's been changed is that a lot of people have seen what's gone on in like DeFi and kind of other parts of the crypto ecosystem and said like, wow, that's actually like a very powerful way to do financial services,
This is actually an amazing clip, guys, but we got a lot of information. We got to get this video out. Tokenization is still early stages of development. WisdomTree Prime. WisdomTree runs on Stellar, which I just showed you guys that. I found this on WisdomTree's website. our next wave of digital fund launches. Next wave of the digital fund. And of course, guys, here's Stellar right here and Ethereum. Digital funds are open-ended and registered products under the 1940s Act traditional mutual funds. A transfer agent keeps the primary record share ownership of the fund on its books and records. Unlike traditional mutual funds, the transfer agent also keeps a secondary record and shares on either Stellar or Ethereum. And this is head of digital assets, Will Peck, right here, 12/14/2022. And the 9 new WisdomTree digital funds reflect a variety of different exposures. Now they have these nine funds right here. I like to call them mutual funds. Treasury Digital Fund, WisdomTree Short-Term Fund. What is a digital fund? It's a mutual fund that runs on Stellar. As you guys see that right there. Now, go a little bit deeper here. This is actually the CEO of WisdomTree. And this is actually this is the CEO. Well, this is he started WisdomTree. Now right here, this is Michael Sternhardt, WisdomTree Investments. This is the top guy, and he also hired Jonathan Sternberg to be the CEO, but this is the founder of WisdomTree, and he's still the main boss.
All I cared about was performance.
The point of this is the chairman of WisdomTree. Nothing happens in WisdomTree without Michael Sternhardt's decisions made. He's bullish on Stellar.
I managed a hedge fund for 29 years.
Yeah.
And it consumed my life. All I cared about was performance. And I felt that always a little bit uncomfortable because what I was doing was making rich people richer. And that's what I was supposed to do. However, throughout that time, I kept thinking about the average investor, the guy who couldn't afford a hedge fund, and what was happening to him. WisdomTree, as it was presented to me, offered the genuine possibility, maybe even probability, of its funds outperforming the averages, outperforming the indexes, and that's what excited me. So WisdomTree offered philosophically, almost theologically for me, something that I didn't find elsewhere.
Something you didn't find elsewhere. I'm actually going to look more into that, and this is, he talks of the CEO that he hired right here. This is actual Michael Sternberg, you guys, his unbelievable resume. Michael Sternhardt is an American billionaire, hedge fund manager, billionaire. Early life, he had a bachelor's degree from Wharton School, graduated in 1960. He started I'm actually going to just go to the kind of good part. WisdomTree Investments right here. In 2004, Sternhardt came out of retirement to work for Index Development Partners, not known as WisdomTree Investments, now known as WisdomTree Investments. He is the chairman of WisdomTree, which offers dividends and earnings based on index funds. July 18th, WisdomTree had $41 billion under management. And over here is Sternhardt is part of the Mega Group, a loosely organized of 20 of the most wealthy businessmen called the Mega Group. You don't think they got their Stellar bags ready? Yes, they do. And actually, if you go back one, it'll break down WisdomTree right here. WisdomTree Investments is a global 87 billion assets under management, and this is partnered with Stellar. Do you see what's going on? Do you see what is coming? Here goes Will Peck right here. WisdomTree to launch the first blockchain and enabled fund that runs on Stellar. I actually found a really good interview from Will Peck right here in WisdomTree Investments.
Episode of the 𝕊𝕚𝕟 podcast. Today, I'm honored to be joined by Will Peck of WisdomTree, who is the head of digital assets, signing in from the US. How are you doing today, Will?
I'm great. How are you, Eddie?
Yeah, perfect. Busy week in the markets with central banks, a major player.
8 years. I started in finance just kind of after school, and specifically got into kind of fintech and financial services just as I came to understand the space better. You know, during my time at WisdomTree, Bitcoin really came into the fore, and it was something that we increasingly kind of needed to understand how it impacted our business, kind of Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain in general. And I was, one of the people who kind of put their hand up to work on that. And that kind of generated the interest and, the firm seeing how important it would be going forward. So
and he was asked basically why did WisdomTree get involved in digital assets. He said he heads the digital asset team at WisdomTree, and he talks about the Prime app, which runs on Stellar. And it's actually a really good interview, how he became the head of digital assets. And so basically I jumped down the rabbit hole to kind of see how big WisdomTree was in the relationship they had with Stellar. Really interesting here. Will Peck, WisdomTree, head of digital assets. I got that clip from right here.
That seems to be very focused on tokenization.
We're focused on tokenization, guys. We also go live every single day on this channel at 1. Do not forget to subscribe, show some love, smash that thumbs up. What's your thoughts on the relationship with Stellar and WisdomTree? Billionaire Steinhardt surrenders $70 million in antiques, accepts collecting ban. Come to find out, I did a lot of research on Steinhardt here. Hedge fund billionaire Michael Steinhardt has surrendered $70 million and supposedly stolen antiques, but he says he didn't know. He was just buying them, wholesaling major antiques. He said he didn't know where they came from. You know what's also interesting here? I want to show you guys is, okay, WisdomTree, is it on the WisdomTree one? Okay, WisdomTree had to pay a $70 million fine to the SEC, but they made $700 million. WisdomTree acquired a majority stake in London Boost ETF, and maybe it's on actual Steinhardt's, maybe Michael Steinhardt. Could be on WisdomTree. Basically, back in the day, WisdomTree got into it with the SEC. They were accused of manipulating the market. In 2016, WisdomTree was America's 50 most trustworthy company. I actually took a lot of notes here that I wanted to kind of read. Michael Steinhardt, the head of WisdomTree. 2014 cover of Forbes, WisdomTree. 1990, they were fined $70 million. They made $700 million from manipulating markets, and they were fined $70 million from the SEC. And this is what's interesting about these big-time tycoon businessmen. They made $700 million, but they only had to pay $70 million. But it was what, a civil matter? And it's in here too. WisdomTree's largest single shareholder. I wrote it all down. Like I said, I got the notes here. I'm just trying to get this video up real quick too, so we can start today. We'll get the video up and we go live at 1. State Street. Okay, the funds that back WisdomTree is State Street, which is a New York custody provider. State Street and Fireblocks. Fireblocks also backs WisdomTree. WisdomTree. Fireblocks, which Fireblocks is a big deal. That's Jay Clayton. State Street, Jay Clayton also. Will Peck, head of digital asset, WisdomTree. Here goes the billionaire right there. Let me see what other notes I got real quick. WisdomTree. What does WisdomTree do? WisdomTree offers exchange-traded products, ETPs, domestic, international, and global equity, currencies, commodities, and alternative strategies. The president is Jonathan Steinberg, CEO, but this is the founder. I showed you guys right here. Their assets under management is $87 billion. WisdomTree has subsidiaries in U.S., Canada, Europe, and Japan. Professor Jeremy Stiegel, Wharton School of Finance, which you guys know Trump went to the Wharton School of Finance, I believe. 2016, they made Forbes top most. 2016, WisdomTree made Forbes top 50 most trusted companies in America. So you see, we took a lot of notes on WisdomTree. WisdomTree runs on Stellar. What's this right here? This is another video I got of them real quick. If you guys can show some love, smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. We need 90 subscribers to go to the next level. 90 will do. It'll help out in a big way. Link in the description for Jack the Rippler's Twitter also.
What if there was a way to know if a stock will be bullish or bearish the day before? The truth is,
the day before. What's this right here? I think this is going to be another video I found of.
That you can make a lot of money on Wall Street.
What led me to think that was that in the period in which I started, which was probably 1960.
1960. This is the easiest way to make money in the markets. This is Michael Steinhardt right here, WisdomTree CEO. So we went deep down the rabbit hole on him, guys. I'm telling you, he's a hands-on type of he's a hands-on type of chairman. With them to sign a deal with Stellar, he knows of Stellar. I'm pretty sure that he had a meeting one-on-one with Dundee Dixon, and she got the job done. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I will see you live at the 1 at 1. Much love. Mahalo.